All right, this is a Fox News alert. We are monitoring the House floor in Washington, D.C. as voting on Donald Trump's one big, beautiful bill. It is expected to begin at any moment. There'll be a series of votes. One test vote will bring you the results live as they pour in. First, we turn to New York City, where Marxist Mamdani is now the Democratic nominee for mayor. And President Trump had something to say about this. On Truth Social, he wrote, quote, "As president of the United States, I'm not going to let this communist lunatic destroy New York. Rest assured, I hold all the levers and have all the cards. I will save New York City." Remember, Mamdani is a guy who literally said his end goal was seizing the means of production. A guy who ran an entire campaign on giving away everything for free and basically redistributing the wealth from everybody else. And he doesn't think billionaires should even exist. He scares establishment Democrats, Republicans, conservatives, anyone with common sense, the business community, the Jewish community, global intifada, can't condemn it, and anyone with a brain. Democrats do not want this guy and his free giveaways to become their brand. And our good friend Stephen A. Smith, he says if that happens, the Democrats have no chance of winning any future elections. Joining us now, the man himself, star of ESPN's First Take, host of the Stephen A. Smith Show, the one and only Stephen A. Smith.
What's up, my brother?
How you doing? Your party. That's your party that picked him.
Listen, first of all, don't go lying to America and saying such incendiary stuff, talking about I'm Hannitized. Watch your mouth. That's going too far. That's just going too far. You need to stop that right now. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. But I got to admit to you, listen, Donnie, I was very surprised that he won. He won for the Democrats with the election over Andrew Cuomo specifically, and that he's going to be the Democratic nominee for the mayor's seat in New York City, considering what he was proposing. I'm not here to denigrate him in any way. I don't know the man. I don't know all of his policies. I'm not trying to do that. But when you talk about, free child care and free buses and all of this stuff, it's like free. It ain't going to work. It's not going to work. That is a doomed scenario. And you left out how I mentioned you on my YouTube show, Sean. I mentioned Sean Hannity because I said Sean Hannity doesn't hesitate to throw out AOC, doesn't hesitate to throw out Bernie Sanders or Jasmine Crockett. That is not an accident.
I'm inclusive.
It's not an accident.
Stephen A., I'm inclusive. I play them often on the show. I want people to be very aware of who they are.
Yes, I'm sure you are. Very clear. That's a beautiful word to use, non-offensive in the whole bit. It's unbelievable how slick you can be. It really is. You're really good. You're really good. But I got to tell you something. I'm just saying, if you're the Democrats, and you hear me and hear me good, if you want a chance in the midterms, if you want a chance for the presidency, you better not lean far left the way that you did in 2024. Right,
Stephen A.
It will not work. It won't work.
Starting tonight, let's go back to your party. It's your party. You say you're a Democrat. You're trying to help your party. Tonight,
I'm an independent.
Your party. Okay. Right. Your name. Are we done with the playing the game that Stephen A. might run for president as a Democrat? Can we get over that game? Can you just say, I'm never doing it, not going to happen ever? You don't want to say that because it's great press for you.
Hold on. I'm not going to say never if the American people, reached out and said this is what we need. I mean, I might have to think about it. But I have no intentions.
You are out of control.
I have no intention.
My friend,
I have no intentions of doing so. I got a better life. Listen, man. Listen. We care about this country, don't we? Listen, I want to thrive. You're right about this. I want to thrive in economy. I want national security. I want our borders controlled. I want all of those things, okay?
All right, then
we can make a legitimate argument and we'll debate.
Stop.
What?
At this hour in Washington, guess what? The Democrats, they are voting against what would be the largest tax cut in history. They are voting against, no tax on tips, overtime, Social Security. They are voting against securing our borders, deporting criminal aliens. They are voting against energy dominance. They're voting against a stronger national security. They are voting against reforming a disgusting educational system. That's your party, not mine.
I want to tell the American people right here on this top-rated show that I would love to threaten Sean Hannity by telling him I'm going to do the same thing to him when he comes on my show, but he does the same thing on my damn show. So there's no hope for me at all. You understand? Here's the deal, because you keep talking, you won't let me chime in here. I understand what you're saying the Democrats are voting against. So is Senator Tillis, Senator Paul, Senator Collins. You got 3 Republicans that said, "Oh no, no, no." You got, you got
Stephen
another.
Stop obfuscating.
You got Chip Roy and others that are speaking against it. They weren't happy about it.
Here's my question. Wait a minute. Right now, Democrats are voting against the largest tax increase, against the largest tax cut in history. By doing so, they are voting for the largest tax increase in history. They are voting against hardworking men and women. No tax on tips, no tax on overtime,
to make you smile.
No tax on Social Security. Hold on. They're voting for more open borders after the disaster of Biden and Harris. They're voting
no excuse for that.
For a weak national defense. They are voting against, they're voting for higher energy prices. That's what they're voting for tonight, Stephen A. That's in that bill.
What they're saying, however, is that whether it's the bipartisan Congressional Budget Office speculating that a $3.3 trillion in debt is going to be accumulated over the next few years, whether it's Rand Paul and others saying that the number is going to be around $10 trillion over the next several years. You have people that are concerned about our national debt, which has already eclipsed $37 trillion.
Okay,
that makes
tell that
sense.
to hardworking men and women.
Hold on. I will tell you this. Got something that's going to put a smile on your face. Now, I heard the Democrats complaining about the increase in Medicare and all of that stuff. My boy Jeff, who you spoke to on the phone, my buddy, a few months ago. Remember him?
Did.
He texted me to say, Hannity is right. It ain't the feds. Those are the states that are doing that to Medicaid. And he made sure to make it a point when he knew I was going to come on the show tonight. So you got my boy in my ear talking about how right you are.
All right, let me help you.
What I'm saying to you is that you got Republicans that are lamenting it.
So Ronald Reagan lowered the top marginal rate from 70 to 28%. All right. What do you think happened? What do you think? Well, it's supply side economics, which is what is being applied here. And then remember, President Trump has $10 trillion in committed investments in manufacturing coming online in the next 4 years. High-paying career jobs, energy dominance, lowers gas prices, the lifeblood of the world's economy. Supply side economics. Reagan doubled revenues by dropping taxes that much. That's the fallacy. So the left does not seem to understand. They think the only way to increase revenue is to pick the pocket of every American that is killing themselves, that is overtaxed, not undertaxed.
Somewhat of a rhetorical question, but since you like to talk, I'll give it to you. Is it true that by and large, over the last half century or so, the economy has been better under Democratic leadership than Republican leadership? Yes or no?
False. False. Ronald Reagan, 8 years.
Okay.
Longest,
you would know better than me.
I'll give you the numbers. Do you want? Okay. Longest, 70 to 28% top marginal rate. Longest period of peacetime economic growth at that point in history ever in American history. 21 million new jobs created. First 3 years of Trump, tax cuts resulted in one record low after another, and record low after another. Record low unemployment. For who? African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, women in the workplace,
You're still not helping
and
me.
African American youth unemployment. Donald J. Trump. Repeat after me. You support Donald J. Trump.
I'm not going to say that. No, I'm not going to say that until I see it, because somebody, as I've said repeatedly on this show, told me that the prism of history shows us how effective a president is. Not in the moment. Don't ever judge in the moment, Stephen A. That was you, Sean Hannity, who I've known for over 20 years. You said that to me. I didn't make that up.
I just gave you the history.
Number two. Hold on.
Revenues doubled under Reagan by cutting taxes.
Could you answer me this question based on what you're saying? Then how do you explain how numerous Republicans have been against this? Explain that. Why hasn't the big beautiful bill been signed yet? How come?
Okay.
Why not?
Listen, Tom Tillis, I don't know what happened. He went off the rails. Susan Collins is the only Republican in all of New England. Hopefully Scott Brown will join him. They always vote Democrat. Doesn't matter. It is a red versus blue thing. It's meaningless to me. You're not going to see Republicans in large measure in the House. We don't have the votes. They're going to unite behind this bill. But you know what? Your party will have to live with Mamdani. Your party will live with AOC, the Squad, Kamala with her, taxpayer-funded sex change operations, Tim Walz, Tampon Tim with tampons and boys' bathrooms. You're going to live with this largest tax increase in history. You own it. You're buying it tonight. You're defending it.
Cool. No problem. Let me tell you. Let me say this right on your show. I'll say it to you, Sean Hannity, right here, right now. If the big beautiful bill, if that passes, and everything that you said shows itself to be true, Democrats ain't winning the midterms, and they damn sure ain't winning the presidency in 2028, and they will have deserved it if indeed what you say and what Trump is saying about the big, beautiful bill, because it's big and it's beautiful, if it's true, then we're not going to have anything to say, Sean. We're going to fight. So I hope it passes just for the sake of finding out, okay, how real is this? How effective is this going to be? Is what this man said going to come to fruition? Because if it doesn't, first of all, you know me, I'm going to record you. I'm going to tape it. I'm going to run it back. I'm going to remember everything you said, just like you do to everybody else, just so you know. I'm going to remember. I'm going to hold on to it, Sean. I'm going to hold on to these sound bites. They're not going away. They're not going away. We'll see.
All right. We love you, Stephen A. Always fun to have you.
Same here, buddy.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.